Hello, all you lovely garden people, and welcome back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market, where today we're talking about this unique specimen before you that kind of looks like a bunch of lily pads decided to say, F this noise, I'm colonizing the landmass. Its scientific name is Hydrocotyle umbellata, commonly known as Marsh Pennywort. It is in the Araliaceae family, even though some references emphasize that it's in the carrot family, which is just wrong. There's actually a subfamily, underfamily, before you get to its genus grouping that is, I believe it's apioid, which doesn't mean it's in the carrot family. It means that the Araliaceae, it's close but not quite. That's basically what that means. It is native to North America. So you will find this in a lot of spots in the United States. You'll find it in spots in Canada. You'll find it in places like Mexico, and I want to say that is Central and South America. So it's very native. Woo for natives. Now, excuse me. It is hardy in USDA zones 4A to 10B and is classified as a perennial. However, in colder climates, it may act as a deciduous perennial and die back to the ground if it's growing in a wet, marshy ground area. Underwater, I'm not so sure what it would do because this plant can survive submerged just fine. It is considered an aquatic plant for that reason also. Now, it loves wet soil, and preferably that soil should have a pH between 6 and 8.0. As I mentioned, it can be submerged. It can live out its best life submerged, as long as it has enough light. So there's that. You may find it growing with all kinds of pond plants, river plants, and so forth out in the wild. Now, I wouldn't recommend harvesting from wild groupings because you can find this growing in wet spots, consistently wet spots in people's lawns, which is actually how I got this specimen. Now, its exposure is full sun to partial shade. Its height is 4 inches to 8 inches tall, so those are the lily pad leaves. Its width can be anywhere from 3 feet to 20 feet because it forms colonies that spread by underground runners, and usually the internode gap between the runners is anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. It'll drop roots at every node, which makes it really good at holding soil in certain places. Now, it is also known as water pennywort, dollarwort, which is the one you'll often see it in like the weed guides, where they talk about killing anything that doesn't look like a crop. You'll see it called dollarwort more commonly. And in Brazil, they call it acaracoba. I'm assuming I said that right. If any of you are Brazilian and you want to correct me on my pronunciation, please leave a comment. Now, beyond that, the best part about this plant is that it is now a forage plant. It is edible raw or as a pot herb. See, I didn't know that before I did the research for this show, that this thing is edible, which makes it even more interesting. I mean, it's already weird looking to start with, and way more durable than that moneywort pilea that everyone loves, because it just does what it won't. Now, Marsh Pennywort, as I may have hinted, is sometimes sold as an aquarium plant. You'll see it at places like PetSmart, small versions of it, and it can survive completely submerged. It offers habitat for aquatic creatures because of how it mimics lily pads, but they're in real miniature. So there's that. Interestingly, it is medically useful as an anti-inflammatory, and there are certain studies published by the government that cover this. So you can look that up and find out that it is an anti-inflammatory. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to suggest how you take that, but look it up and do thorough research first before you decide to snort your pennyworts. Lastly, there may be compounds in the foliage that help stimulate the memory, sort of like Gotu Cola in that regard. You eat a few leaves a day, and it may or may not help your memory. That's sketch, because there's indicators that it is a thing, but on the other hand, there's not enough information. So I can't directly say that it is a good thing or not. So, that is Marsh Pennywort for you, an interesting plant that you may have seen in your lawn and you may have thought to eradicate, that as it turns out is really useful. I mean, just imagine growing that in a plants-only aquarium of some sort. It would look really cool. And as you can see, as a houseplant, it is pretty neat looking. It's a little unruly and the leaves kind of flop all over the place, especially if I move it, but it's worth the effort. And all you need is about a 3-inch long stem segment with leaves attached, and you can start an entirely new colony somewhere else. So, again, that's Marsh Pennywort. If you have any thoughts about this plant, please put them in the comments section. If you have any questions, put them in there too. The blog is still running, and as always, folks, thanks for watching and keep them growing.